Hey everybody, this is Lori, and we are going to be talking about functional training today. It's Functional Friday, so I'm going to be attaching an actual workout with this video. Okay, so let me give you a definition of what functional training is, or what functional fitness exercises is. And what that is, it's to help the body's ability to be able to generate power and stability for the core, which makes us stronger. It's pretty simple concept, isn't it? Okay, so why functional training? Functional training involves the body to be able to do and perform daily activities in life. Okay, so the exercises are to mimic real life activities and are designed to be performed on a day-to-day activity. You know, everything that we do in life, you can basically do with ease by just incorporating a couple little things through a thing called functional training. So the exercises focus on more than just one body part. So instead of just one muscle, like say we're doing an isolation, working an isolation muscle, which is isolating that muscle like the bicep. We're isolating it and working that one muscle. So instead of doing that, we're working with functional training, we're working all of the muscles around that. Call them all the little prime movers around that bicep to actually make that work. And let me give you an example of what functional training is. Okay, your child wants to be picked up, so you pick them up. So how are you doing that? You're not only using those biceps, but what are you doing? You're using your back, your shoulders, your abdominals, you're using your core, you're using your legs. So that is what functional training provides. It provides that you use everything to give you to be able to use less energy in your daily life, which makes you to be able to do things a lot more with further longevity and for you to enjoy your life, correct? Okay, so that doesn't take away from the importance of doing muscle isolation exercises, which is like, biceps, or triceps, working the back of the arm, or we're doing a overhead press, working the shoulders, or working the back in a lateral put down, a lat machine pulling down. Those are all great and they're all necessary to build for muscle growth, but you have all of these other little muscles around that to be able to support that. And that's where we go wrong is, you build all these big muscles, but you leave all the little prime movers, all the little muscles all around it, and then they're weak and we're prone to injury. And did you know that women are more prone to injury than men are? And this has to do with the anatomy and hormones. So it is super important for women to be able to incorporate, even if it's once a week, and that's the reason why we incorporate it once a week on our Fridays, Functional Friday. It's so important for women to be able to utilize these type of exercises to make us stronger as a whole, because we have little ones running around and we don't want to, say you slip on something and you catch yourself. And you can hurt your back or you can throw your back, correct? So if you're doing functional training and that happens, your body is trained to be able to withstand that type of pressure, that type of resistance that you're doing in that moment. So, and that's another benefit of functional training. Okay, so I'm going to give you a list. I have a list here of the benefits of that training. So making your everyday activities easier, just like I said, when you're running around with your kids, when you're getting into a pool with your child, when you're trying to pick them up, when you are taking groceries out, when you are at the park and want to climb the jungle gym with your child, all that stuff can be made easier because of incorporating the functional training. Okay, it improves the overall function of the body. And it truly does. It does in such a way where when you're incorporating functional training and you can do pull-ups, but when you're doing push-ups, you are going to get to a point where those smaller muscles are so strong and really helping to engage the bigger muscles that you're using, that you're going to get to a point where you're so excited that you can do this with ease, that you're going to want to, because I used to do this all the time, you're going to want to challenge yourself and say, let me see if I can put my feet up a little bit, or let me see how much of a decline I can do when I'm doing the push-ups. And that is empowering in itself. Yeah, that workout-wise, that's empowering in itself. Another thing that's empowering is to be able to do these exercises and to keep up with our kids, and then some. So, and I know we're all looking for that. So, and my next one is increases your quality of life, just like I was saying. It lowers your risks of diabetes and other health conditions and enhances your flexibility and range of motion. And that is the little prime movers that I'm talking about. That range of motion for you to be able to do things, for you to be able to reach up and grab heavy things, for you to be able to throw your kid in the air, all of the good stuff. It develops the strength in your stabilizer muscles. Again, the muscles that are surrounding those smaller, the bigger muscles. It builds endurance when you're out and about. It's kind of repeating everything that I've said already. Kind of out and about, and you're able to do things a lot longer because you're expending less energy. Okay, so and you're building endurance, going longer bouts without getting tired or having to sit down. It elevates your metabolism. And how amazing would it be to be able, think about it. Okay, so depending on what package you guys are doing, some of you are doing the one with the ThermoFit, which is our metabolic burn, all natural. And you can burn up to 278 additional calories just by taking these 2 pills. Now, check this out. When you're doing functional training, that also elevates your metabolism. So how awesome is it if you have a 1-2 punch with the ThermoFit and elevating of your metabolism by doing the functional training? That right there is awesome, and just another reason why marrying these products with the way we're training and with the way we're recommending you guys to go is going to give you the best results. Okay, so it improves your posture by helping you to strengthen your back and your core. And that, as mamas, is the most important thing. Especially, we want to lead from the front. We're always telling our kids not to slouch. But if we're doing these, it creates an environment where we look taller and we just seem more confident in just everything that we do. And it helps to prevent obesity. It helps to protect you from some of the negative aspects of aging, which is loss of balance, flexibility, mobility, strength, motor skills, and strength. And it actually, functional training helps to diminish the arthritis pain, back, neck pains, and knee problems. So going through, and this is a list of the benefits of what functional training is. And if you want to kind of write those down, just go back through this portion of it and kind of take notes of everything that I've said through each point. So that's it, guys. That is why it is so important to be able to incorporate functional training into your every day, or not every day, but during your week of exercise or whatever that you do. Incorporating this functional training into that will definitely help you to boost your metabolism. It'll help make things easier on a daily basis. And overall, it'll help in your body functions. It will help reduce the risks of injury and falling. It will help your quality of life. And it will help to be able to keep that endurance up, to be able to keep up with our kids. How awesome is that? I am, for one, an advocate for functional training. I do it a lot, especially before I was pregnant. That was one of the things that I did a lot was functional training. I loved it. It always pushed me when I was doing other things, other forms of training. It would actually make that even stronger. So you guys, if you have any questions, please put it in the comments and we'll be sure and get to you on that. You all have an awesome, awesome day and a wonderful weekend. God bless.